Hello and welcome to Work Like a Girl, where we feature interesting women doing interesting work. My name is Angela Champ, and today I'm speaking with Terry Winnick, who is the owner of the Company of Women on the Screen. Welcome, Terry.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me. So you have a degree in political science and economics, and now you're the owner of a film company. So tell me, how did you get from political science and economics to where you are today?
Well, it's curious because I thought I wanted to be a politician. I really did. While I was at the university, I got involved in the university radio station because I'm a bit of a ham and I like to do those sorts of things, which led to me being approached by CBC Radio morning show. After I graduated, I got a job in government, and it was just soul destroying. It was just not what I could do at all. So I was clinging on to my little radio program at the University of Alberta, and met a producer from the University Department of Radio and Television at the time. He invited me to join him, first as a production assistant and later on as a producer. Within the department, I was moved into television. So I started working in the realm of television, worked there for a couple of years, left to travel through Europe, came back, put on a fringe play, was kind of looking for things to do when a local production company called me up, and I worked with them for 10 years.
Okay.
Eventually they gave me the opportunity to direct. I knew that's what I wanted to do, and I knew the power was in producing, and so after 10 years, it took me a long time to get my feet under me, and I decided I would take off, start my own production company, and do my own thing.
So describe for us, for those of us that don't know, what does a producer do exactly?
A producer rounds up the money.
Okay.
The producer does everything.
Okay.
The producer has the idea,
Mm-hmm.
or the idea comes and the producer says, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it. If you want to give me that idea, we'll do it together. Let's do it together.
Okay.
The producer hires the writer.
Okay.
And knows who is a good fit. The producer hires the director and the production manager. The production manager hires the team. Usually the producer will always have those key people that they work with in the community. But mostly the producer goes around and gets that money, figures out how they're going to finance. How big is the budget? How big is this story? Is it a little community story that lands in the community? Is this a big international film? Is this a film that's going to go around the world in the film festivals? Or is this something that's made for broadcast in Canada? Or is this something that's made for broadcast around the world?
What kind of skills and traits are required to be a good producer?
You have to be able to go deep.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to envision. You have to be able to communicate.
Mm-hmm. So what advice would you have for somebody who's maybe watching this video and wondering whether this might be a career option for them? What advice would you have for them?
Find someone who is a mentor to you. I was very fortunate. I had I worked in a company with 3 men, and they were the most generous people. They taught me. They taught me everything from budgets to instinct to intuition behind the camera. Find a mentor who will teach you and introduce you to the right places. Don't be afraid to dream big, but if you're going to dream big, have a plan about how you're going to get there as well. Don't just have a dream.
So Terry, these videos are really meant to inspire and educate people, and so one of the questions that I like to ask people that I'm speaking with is, what are your favorite books to recommend or gift to people?
Well, there are 2 novels that never come back to me, so I know that they're favorites because I give them out, because I love them so much, and I think they're really obviously hit other people's chords because they don't come back. And one is a book that won the Booker Prize many years ago by a British novelist called Anita Brookner. It's a very slim little novel, and it's called Hotel du Lac.
Okay.
And it moved me because of the woman's ability to paint mood on the page. She created this amazing sense of the weight of the woman's oppressive kind of mindset.
Okay.
And that to me is something that if I could translate that to the screen, then I would be a success.
Wow.
The second book is a book called The Curious Incidents of the Dog in the Night.
Okay.
It's a novel about a young boy who is autistic, who sets himself in his autistic world the task of finding out who killed the dog.
Oh.
And because again, the author was so successful in taking you inside the mind of an autistic boy to help you understand. It's very helpful, I think, in terms of understanding other people.
That's so good.
And then the third book, which is really, really important, is written by an amazing professor of hydrology, a UN water scientist named Dr. Bob Sanford, who lives in Canmore. And he's written this tiny little book called Life in the Anthropocene. And it's about climate change.
Oh.
And it's the kind of thing you can pick up and read on the airplane or, in 2 nights by your bedside. And everyone needs to read it. It's kind of a big picture, quick, easy look at what climate change means to this world.
Very timely topic. So before we wrap up, you want to talk about any of your favorite projects you've worked on or you're working on right now?
Every one of them is favorite. As you go, it's the one that you're working on is your baby, and you live it, breathe it, love it. At the end of the film, you have postpartum because it's over and you're separated from it. It's finished. It's on the festival circuit, or it's on the screen, and you've lost your little cohort of people that you work with. It's the life of the artist, I suppose.
That's so true. Terry, it's been great talking with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been Work Like a Girl, and we'll see you next time.